This video is about few things. This video is about the evidence that we now have from VW speaks or demonstrate lane assistance and what happened when a person is tired. We are going to share that with you in this episode. Okay, there are two cases, major cases that have happened recently. It's the issue of the 3 constables as well as the missing journalist and his partner. Now, let's talk about how those cases were cracked and who cracked those cases. There is one lead investigator that comes from a national head office of the South African Police Service, and that is General Shedrack Spear. Moving right along, we then have to speak about Linda Ebekulu's last TikTok video that I need to show you. So let's explore all of this. But where do you want me to start? I prefer to start from the beginning. It was on the 23rd of April 2025. News broke, police announced that they are looking for 3 constables that went missing. I did a video and I demonstrated that I did a video. 23rd of April. Then April, we come to an end of April. Beginning of May, investigation has intensified. A multidisciplinary team has been assembled. It is then confirmed, or it was confirmed, that the lead investigator in the case of missing missing constable rather, was or is, I don't know whether he's still in charge. But we know that it was or is Mr. or General Shedrack Spear. He does that, lead the investigation. People are rescued from the river, and we now know they've been buried. He, speaking about his role, this is what he said.
Yes, this is a case that has been prioritized, and the National Commissioner put the best team in place to run with this matter, and then I led the investigation. The investigation is still continuing though. I can't say now that we have concluded the investigation because we still haven't found the car, but we can tell now that the family managed to identify the bodies, and they've been positively identified as their members, family members.
Now, fast forward, you move from that. It was reported on the 24th of February 2025, a case of missing journalist and his partner. The journalist goes by the name of Sibusiso Ndlovu and the partner goes by the name of Precious Mdluli. They both went missing on the same day. So it is a case that has been there for a very long time. When police had completed their investigation this side and bodies have been recovered, they then turned their focus, wanted to crack that case. Again, they assembled a multidisciplinary team, still led by the same lead investigator, Mr. Shedrack, or General Shedrack Spear, who is in charge of investigations or investigators in this country at a national level. So we now know that as of today, they were able to crack that case. And as of us speaking, the family is preparing to bury, or the families are preparing to bury their loved ones. And this then gets confirmed by General Fanima Semola that the lead investigator in this case was or is General Shedrack Spear.
We prioritize each and every case, and of course Hence, the team now led by Lieutenant General Sibia has been working to assist both the team of Gauteng and Mpumalanga as a joint team, and we will continue with our investigation.
Okay, it is important, and it was important, will remain important, this, because when you talk about General Shadrack's Beer, we're talking about a person who has raised his hand and is interested in becoming the head of Hawks. At some point in his life, he was a head of Hawks, but in the Gauteng division. So when you speak of General Shadrack's Beer, you're speaking of a person who has a lot of experience in the South African police service. A lot of experience in the South African police service. At some point, he was fired, fought his way back. The court reinstated him, and thus he's back into the force. Okay. So I wanted to bring that aspect that, okay, you had a lead investigator, and the lead investigator in this whole thing, or in these two major cases that made it to the headlines, the lead investigator come from the National Head Office, and that lead investigator is General Shadrack Sibia, who might be the head of Hawks generally if President Cyril Ramaphosa decides to appoint him. So, that is done. Let's move to the other aspect now. Linda Abekolo. I saw his tweet, his TikTok that was done somewhere around the 22nd. Sorry, it is the 22nd of April 2025. Chalpe remembered that he goes missing, or he went missing, or they went missing from the 23rd in the early hours. That's when we got to know. But we saw that, or we were told that on the 22nd, this is the tweet. I'm not sure about the date, but from where I got this tweet, it portrayed as a tweet that, from where I got this TikTok, it portrays as, look, it's something that was recorded on the 22nd, or it got published on social media on the 22nd. I wouldn't be sure about the date, so take it with a pinch of salt. I want to look at that, but we also have to focus on what the family of Linda have said, because what they said then, it's still what they are saying today. Let's start with Linda's TikTok here. After Linda Tabakulu's TikTok, now we are going to the family now. So the family said, or had said, that in an accident of this nature, someone somewhere must have seen something. That's the statement from the family. So they've been pleading with the public to say, listen, guys, one way or the other, someone must have seen something. Who saw what? And they ask, or they made a plea that take it as if these were relatives. These were your relatives. This was your brother, your sister, your daughter-in-law. Take it like that and report anything. That I say because even the South African Police Service still today, they confirm that they're still doing investigation. So they want us to help them with information so they can successfully crack the case as to what happened. But listen to the Tabakulu family here.
We just want to appeal to the public out there that as the National Commissioner and the Premier have indicated, anybody with information, nothing happens unnoticed nowadays. Somebody must have seen something. Somebody must know of something. Consider these your kids as well. They were doing a job to protect the community. They were there to serve you. Now, we as a family, we as all these families would love to plead to you, anybody who has noticed anything outside there, to come forward. Not because of the reward per se, but because of Ubuntu.
So when you listen to the Ebekulu family, you come to but one conclusion. And that conclusion is that they still have questions. In fact, both families still have questions. And the questions are, what happened? We see that this was an accident, but prior to the accident, what happened? Right? They are saying somebody must have seen something. What happened? Speaking about what happened prior to the accident, it takes us now to the VW. I'm about to insert a video, and you will see how VW vehicle perform or behave, and that becomes an important thing to watch. Now, I want you to remember that I did a video, and in my video I spoke about number of sensors. Do you still remember that? I'm about to give you the video, the VW. After that, we then have to go back and I need to show you that video where we spoke about the number of sensors that were installed in the vehicle. Take a look at the video, the VW video, where they were demonstrating the sensors, and then I'm going to come back now and explain the sensors. Take a look at this. Okay, so now that you have watched the video and you have seen how VW cars behave, right? Now let's go back now. Let's talk about the sensors in this vehicle. It has been said, according to Alfred Demok, letter from an expert. Do you still remember that? Okay, today we are going back to that. Now, it says, sensor number one, they said, number one, the bonnet of this car it's hard itself and can't be flat like this by water. 2, the car has sensors all over its body and can break itself when censored an object or a wall. 3, it has strong advanced driving. 4, this car reduces its speed itself when it is raining. You can't speed up. 5, the car has balanced movement between speed and you can't feel it is speeding or running 200 km in an open road. 6, this can sense if you didn't wear your belt and tell you to do so when speeding. 7, this car can sense when you are tired or when you are sleeping and tell you to rest. If you continue by the same speed, it turns off the engine and stops. Now, I basically brought you a video where they demonstrate with that VW. I've been searching and I will be searching and I will continue to search. What I've been looking for is an explanation around the VW Polo, to be specific. Now, what I've actually came to establish or came to realize is that there are different types of Polo. When you talk about the Polo, the range of Polo, VW Polo, there's standard, there's, the GTI version, the R-Line. The R-Line is supposed to have most of the fixtures. Two, what I also came to realize is that even in terms of price, look, it is completely different. The R-Line is supposed to be the top of the range. Same thing as just buying the Golf 7. You will find the standard, you will find your GTI. But when you speak about the R-Line, you are speaking about the top of the range in terms of the GTI, the Golf 7 series. So it will make sense for the R-Line to have some advanced sensors simply because of its advancedness in make, design, sensors, and all this other stuff. Because of that, it makes a lot of sense for us to see this Polo being fitted with the most advanced technology in the vehicle. Did I say anything? No, I didn't. I'm saying I found this. In fact, somebody sent me this. The video that I've played, and somebody says, have a look at this, and then I also decided that I'm going to do my own digging. This was sent to me somewhere around Wednesday. Ever since then, I've been doing a lot of digging and trying to see more of this evidence. So that is what I've came across up to this far. What I'm saying is, let's wait then for the police to give us the feedback. They promised that they will do their investigation. They promised that South African Police Service does have experts that can reconstruct the scene, and investigate what happened. They promised that. And they said, in the mouth of General Fanema Semola, they also confirmed that they will brief the family. After that, then they will tell the public what happened. They also asked that you come forward and assist them with information as to what happened or what you might have seen. This is one case that I'm super interested to see the ending of this whole thing. I'm very interested in the ending of everything here. How is this going to end? I'm interested. So get into the comment section below. Tell me your thought and your opinion about this. Should I find any valuable information, I'll come back. I'm even afraid to say, I was gonna put I wasn't gonna put the to be continued thing. But now, because anything and everything can happen now, from now onward, it would be safer for me to put that thing. I was listening to I listened to all the funeral service, watch or listen the funeral service of all three constables. There's one thing that you listen and you kind of feel like, okay. But on Saturday, the preacher made it clear that, despite the fact that we are burying them, but we'll still be interested to get answers as to what happened. What happened to the beloved people? It's still something that everybody is interested in. So it's not just the family that is interested to know what happened. How did this happen? But also the community. You are interested as to what happened. So I hope the police, the South African Police Service will deliver this. And I hope and I wish before General Fanema Simola leaves the office, I hope and wish that he delivers on this one. I hope and wish that before General Shadrack's Beer leaves the office, if he happens to leave the office, as he pursues growth in his career and wanting to become the head of Hawks, replacing the current head of Hawks, is it General? I'm not sure, but let me, because I don't know their ranks and how they're called, but yeah, let me call him Mr. Libya. I think it's General Libya, but let me call him Mr. Libya. As he replaced the current one, Libya. One thing I know is that both the South African Police Commissioner, Mr. Masimola or General Fanema Simola, and Libya, their terms are coming to an end. A lot have been said. Hence, I brought the issue of Sbia, who has indicated that he has interest. If the president said, appoint him as the head of Hawks, he will appreciate that. He has just openly accepted that. So a lot have been said about that race, but also a lot have been said about the race concerning the police commissioner. Some will, or has even gone to an extent of saying, who should succeed Masemo? Others are calling for Mkhwanazi to that position, while others are calling for other people, but they want Mkhwanazi to remain in KZN. From a career point of view, it really wouldn't make sense to keep Mkhwanazi as a provincial commissioner and never elevate him, because everybody, even you want to grow. Wherever you are, you want to grow. So it doesn't necessarily make sense. But it is important to note this, that there will be changes in the South African Police Service and in the Hawks sooner. There will be changes in terms of leadership. Therefore, it will be nice that before they vacate the office, if they all leave, the General Commissioner and the Deputy Commissioner being General Fanemas, local General Shadrack's Beer, before they vacate the office, it will be nice for them to crack the case, give everything, then leave the office. Is it possible? I don't know. Because, I don't know how complicated the case is. I don't know the resources they have. I literally don't know. So it's a wish that I have. What about you? Because if you get some new leadership, they may decide not to prioritize this specific case, which then might lead to this case being dragged. You know what I'm saying? So it's two ways. They may decide to come up with a different investigative strategy. They may decide to say, okay, we can crack this case and let's use this specific strategy to crack the case. That is possible, right? Or they may just say, okay, let's work on whatever was there. It's two ways. So for me, I think let's have these ones, the current leadership, before they vacate the office, let's have them conclude the case and give the report and then go. If there's anything contested in the report, then you can then ask somebody new to look at 1, 2, 3, 4 facts that would have came out of their report, and then they do further investigation from there. That would be interesting. Now, I want to leave, or end the video here. Let me sum it up by saying we've been back and forth on this case because it's a case that has gotten all of us glued on our screen, wanting to know the outcome. It's a case that drew a lot of people's attention because everybody's interested as to what will be the outcome of everything here. But what has been the key moments for you from the day when they were reported missing to the day where they were found to the day where they were buried until today? What has been your key moments in all of this? Why don't you type that in the comment section below as we sum up everything? And now we're probably going to come back. Should there be anything important to report on? Other than that, we're not gonna do any of these episodes. I think we've covered a lot of grounds concerning this case, so we're not gonna come back and do that yet again. So let me get that in the comment section below. Let me hear what you have to say. Let me hear what has been your key moments in all of this. Depending on how you react, maybe we might as well do a live stream and look at the final report and finalize everything, and just do a live stream where we do a catch up and we wrap up this case from a live or with a live stream. Get into the comment section below then. Tell me your thought. Depending on your reaction, we might have a live stream. If this video get a lot of views and a lot of reaction, definitely we have a live stream.